Opening weekend for Dollywood 2022 has just come and passed, so why not use this opportunity to look at the top 5 rides at Dollywood? Technically not my home park, but basically very close to it. Let's go to number 5 with Barnstormer. Now, I really enjoy this ride. I love the airtime moment when you can just get ejector and floater at the same time. It's a ride that often gets missed by guests that are just kind of wandering around because of where it's located, as I referenced in my first ever video. The link of that is down in the description, but it's a very fun flat ride. This area I see expanding in the future, especially with Sidewinder being ripped out. Rest in peace. Love that ride. Missed that ride so much. But at number 5, we have Barnstormer. Number 4, Wild Eagle. Now, I'm not the biggest wing coaster guy. My wife definitely enjoys them more than I do. They feel a little forceless for me at times, but overall, it's a very good ride. Number 4 on this list. Back row is definitely a must. Front row, fun for the views, but no force in the front row. Back, you can at least pull some G's. Definitely starts off really great in the first half, especially that nice drop. Get some forces in the very back through this loop. But the second half of the ride just kind of happens, but it's a very fun ride, and definitely the number 1 ride for most average guest goers going, hey, this is just a great ride, this is there, but doesn't quite have the intensity for me, but it definitely serves its purpose for a general public crowd pleaser, and it's a different experience on both sides. Number 3 is Dropline. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is my wife's number 1. She loves drop towers. She loves this ride. This ride creates an incredible view of the park. Scares me a little bit going up, especially when it has the different spin modes. Depending on the setting and crowds, they can put different settings. There's one that takes you to the very top and you do a slow spin at the very top after you've already spun up there. So you're up there for a while. You get an incredible view of all the mountains in the park. You're up really high. It's kind of terrifying. And then just when it goes out from under you, drops down, it's fantastic. I love the experience, but also hate the experience at the same time. It is a phenomenal ride. Number 2, and this is number 2 right now, but depending on how it runs for 2022, can move it far down the list, and that is Thunderhead. When Thunderhead is running right, and it was last year, and when it's been retracked, and it is smooth, not the smooth of a steel coaster, but smooth for a wooden, and you just fly. This thing hauls. It's amazing. Airtime galore. Absolutely love it when she's angry, but in a where you're not getting destroyed, where your back hurts angry, but just getting whipped around. So much fun. It's a fine line, but when it's running great, this ride is amazing. Now, an honorable mention, and this almost took Barnstormer, but I thought back and forth going, would I rather ride Barnstormer if I only had one chance left, or Daredevil Falls? And I decided Barnstormer, but Daredevil Falls is still a great ride, a long ride. You've got a huge story element to it that's kind of overplayed and kind of cheesy, but it's still fun. You get taken through. Fun backstory with it, getting to enjoy. You can go. And a water ride, yes, but it doesn't normally get you too soaked. I have gotten soaked on it, but it normally doesn't get you too soaked most of the times through. Daredevil Falls, honorable mention. Great ride. Number 1, RMC again, lightning rod. As long as it's running, it's amazing. The problem is, it does go down way too often, but it got back up and running in the 2021 season, so hopefully no issues this year. Hopefully. This ride is incredible, particularly in the front row. Normally a back row guy, but this ride in the front is flawless. The wave turns, riding over the dolly, the ejector air, the speed. Oh, it's so amazing. I just wish they would put the full launch back in. But that's not going to happen because that makes it a little bit more reliable. But hey, I can hope. So to recap the top 5, we have Barnstormer, number 4, Wild Eagle, number 3, Dropline, number 2, Thunderhead, and number 1 with Lightning Rod. Down in the comment section below, what's your top 5 ride list? What am I missing? And yes, I know, Cage, your favorite ride is the cinnamon bread, which could be an honorable mention in its own. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.